Hey everybody!
Hey!
Instead of doing a grocery haul today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I invited my sister Allie, that you probably know from my vlogs and from her Thursday style post, to do a video with me about how to save money on your groceries without using coupons. Because not everybody is big on clipping coupons. Allie doesn't clip. Do you clip any coupons?
No, hardly ever, unless I get the sale ad in the mail.
So she does
Every time I do it.
not clip coupons, which to me is just unfathomable. However, she saves a lot of money on her groceries and does a really good job. So I'm not really one to think outside the box, but I thought I would let her come on here and share some of her best tips on how to save money on groceries without using coupons. And then I have a few things to add as well, because, you know, this is my channel and it's my blog and I can share what I want. So anyway, Allie, why don't you share, and I'm the big sister too, so I'm in charge.
Darn.
Would you please share with our viewing audience your your philosophy of how you grocery shop?
Okay.
Briefly.
Briefly. So I've been grocery shopping for a little over a year now, because my husband and I got married May of 2014. So when I started shopping, I knew I needed to start by checking out the sales, whatever store I was going to go to. So my first premise when I started grocery shopping and building up our pantry and all that stuff was okay, this is the store I'm going to go to, so I'm going to look at the sales online and see what's on sale, and then I'll kind of make my menu off of that. So that way, I'm not making menus with items that aren't on sale at all, and then I'm spending, tons of money to get groceries when I could have saved a lot more by planning my menu around the sales. So that's kind of how I started. That's what I'm going to do. And then once I got my pantry built up, because I had to spend a little bit to kind of get it built up. So some of you are in that boat where you're just starting, living on your own, or you're just married. It takes a little bit of work to get the stuff you need, olive oil and flour, sugar, that kind of salt.
Staples.
Yeah, all the staples, seasonings, that kind of stuff. So once I got that, pretty much built up, that really helped decrease my grocery budget. And over the past year, I've kind of gotten myself into a routine of how I grocery shop. So I only shop at one grocery store. I go to Kroger, which is my newest thing. I went to Ingles for a long time, and then I discovered Kroger and how great it is, and that's where I go now. So I only go to one store, and I like to use their app. So whatever store you go to, you could use the app, whatever, to find the weekly deals and everything. And then I will still go with planning my menu off the sales. So I like to try to find what's on sale and plan my menu off of that pretty much. And not everything. I will buy things if they're not on sale, but a lot of items I would prefer to be on sale before I get them. So, and then because we have a more of a limited budget, there's just items that I don't buy. I don't feel oh, I want this food, so I'm just going to get it. Who cares what it costs? Sometimes I'd really like to get us steak and make steak, but it's really expensive, so I just don't ever buy it. If we want to eat steak, it's when we go out to eat.
Yeah.
So, is this too long?
No, you're good.
Okay, trying to stay brief here. But another part, with my philosophy, I guess, with grocery shopping is I try not to buy tons of pre-packaged or pre-made things. I feel that helps save money.
Definitely.
It's nice to have cooked chicken for salads or wraps for lunch, but instead of buying the Tyson cooked chicken, which can be expensive even if it's on sale, I just buy a big package of chicken breast, which I usually buy those actually at Sam's. I do go to Sam's to get some of my bigger bulk stuff chicken and ground turkey because it's a better deal. But on Saturday, I'll go ahead and cook up some chicken breast and then cut it up, and I have it in the fridge, for the week. We don't buy stuff baked items like muffins or things like that. I just make it all at home instead of buying it in the store and spending the extra money. So that kind of helps a lot too. So I just really try to plan. I always sit down I grocery shop on Friday. So I sit down Thursday night and I have a spreadsheet and I put in what I'm going to make, and I first check the sales and go through what kind of stuff should I try to use this week, what maybe I shouldn't cook with because it just might be really expensive. And then I make it, off the sales like that. So that's kind of how I roll with that. And there's coupons for Kroger, so I use their coupons because I get them on my app, but that's the only kind of coupons that I'll use.
Store coupons.
Yeah, store coupons.
And really, saving money on groceries is all about where you want to spend your time. I spend my time, because I work outside the home full time, I spend my time clipping coupons, following the sales, and that way I can buy those prepackaged items. If the Tyson cooked chicken that's already cut up is on sale, I can get it for 50 cents. Yeah, I'm going to get that, where I may not have time to do what you do, which is also a great money-saving strategy, to buy the boneless or the chicken breasts that are in the package and cook them and cut them up. I do that sometimes too when I have time, but it depends on where you want to spend your time, really, because it does take a little time and effort to save money, but it can be so worth it. Yeah, so we kind of put our heads together.
Hashtag cheeseball.
Right. And came up with a few of our best grocery saving tips that don't involve using
Coupons. Paper coupons.
Paper coupons, hard to say. So one of my best tips is to use Twitter. Yes, Twitter can be your friend when it comes to shopping anywhere, not just the grocery store, but in this example and for this video, Twitter can really be a good ally for you. For example, I shop at Ingles. I love my store. So if I find a good deal there, if I blog about Ingles, if I have a haul and I want to Instagram it, I always tag Ingles in my tweet or my Instagram so that they can see that I love their store. So then when I have a problem, they know, hey, I'm a friend of the store, but I had a problem and they want to help me out. Because here's a little secret. Companies don't want bad tweets. They want good stuff on Twitter because everyone can see it. If you have a problem with the store and you call customer service or you send an email to customer service, only you and the person receiving that communication know about the problem. If you tweet about it, everybody knows. So at my Ingles, there was a major issue where for weeks and weeks and weeks, everything would be, like all the sales that were advertised, there'd be like 2 or 3 items that were on sale that the shelves were completely wiped out. And I'm going after, it is a problem. I go after those things that are on sale and it's not there for me to buy. It's very frustrating. So I tweeted the store a picture of an empty shelf and said, hey, what's going on? Love your store, but this is a problem. Within a week, it was completely resolved. And so now, when I go back in and I see a full shelf, I tweet a picture and say, hey, love how well stocked the shelves are. So if you have a problem with the store or they don't want to take your coupon, this is not about couponing, but I have to talk about that because that's what I do is coupons. If you have some kind of issue with the store, tweet them as long as they can see that you are a loyal customer and you're not just an angry person randomly tweeting. So build a good foundation, but then use Twitter kind of as your ally. You want to talk about Rainchecks?
Yes, yeah. So kind of with like what she was saying about, something's out of, stock, you can tweet about it or something. What I've learned to do that can be really helpful, and I don't know if every grocery store out there would always do this, but I think a lot will. I don't shop at many grocery stores, but like I was in Kroger a few weeks ago, and they had this really great sale on blueberries. Went to get some, and I was there like in the morning and stuff, so that that you'd think they wouldn't be out of stock yet. And the blueberries were like completely gone. Couldn't find them anywhere in the produce section. I mean, they were not cool. And it was senior day, so seniors really like blueberries. I don't know, but they were gone. So so I went over to one of the people working in the produce area and was like, do you have any more blueberries? And she said, no, we don't have any more, but if you want to go get a different kind of berry, just bring them back over here, and I'll mark them down for you. So I was like, okay, well, that's cool. So I went and got a thing of raspberries, and raspberries sometimes can be kind of expensive if you can't get them, in season or on sale. So I just got a package of those and took them over to her, and she ended up just marking on them no charge. So I got them for free, which was like really cool. Who doesn't want free fruit, especially if it's like, an expensive kind of fruit. So that's always a good thing to do, especially like in the produce section, like go see if they'll, swap it out, or if you can get a rain check and you can come back and get it another day. I know other grocery stores, a lot of grocery stores, I've heard about people saying that they do that and it works really well. You can come back and get a rain check, and even if that item's not on sale anymore, you can still get it at the sale price. So that's pretty cool if you can do that. So that's a good perk.
But when you talked to the produce lady, you were really nice.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big part of it, too.
I was just like, hey, are there any more blueberries?
Yeah, if you're grouchy, they're not going to help you, but she's very nice. I'm sure she was nice. Another tip that I have that doesn't involve paper coupons is the app that Target has developed. And it's been out for a while, but I kind of didn't use it until the last maybe like 9 to 10 months. And I am so glad that I started using it, because when I go to Target, I don't use as many coupons as I do in the grocery store. Target is kind of like, we need toilet paper, we need trash bags, like you can't wait, and we'll just not have that this week like you do with food. No, you gotta have toilet paper. So when I go to Target, sometimes there are just things, cat food, that kind of stuff that you have to have. When you download the Target Cartwheel app, what I do is I just shop normally, get what I need, find the best deal, maybe use some coupons, maybe not if I don't have time. Or before I check out, I pull my cart over on an empty aisle somewhere I'm not in the way, open the app, and it has a barcode scanner that works really well. It's not hard to use at all. You just open the scanner and then you scan the barcode of every item in your cart, and if there's a deal, it'll pop up and you just add it to your barcode. So a lot of times they'll be like 10% off of cat food. Right now I have offers for all the household goods that came out funny that I use, like soap, paper towels, Lysol wipes, all that kind of stuff. So, if you buy a lot of things in one trip, you could save 10, 15, up to 20% off of your whole purchase, which is really nice. And what's so easy about it is it's just one barcode. So at the end of them scanning all of my purchases, I hold my phone up to the cashier with the barcode, and she scans one barcode, and I'm done. So it's not like making sure you have all the right coupons. It's just, and if you, there's no worry about something not scanning right, like when you use coupons where it's not exactly the right coupon. Either it scans or it doesn't. So it's really, really nice. And another thing that I like about Cartwheel is if I'm going to buy something that I don't normally purchase, like toys or clothing, like a larger purchase, a lot of times they'll have offers for up to 50% off on Cartwheel. So definitely take the few seconds before you check out, pull your cart over. Don't do it like while you're in line or as they're ringing you up, because that can hold up the line and people will get angry with you. But do it, in another aisle somewhere, scan everything really quick, and you can really, really make some really good savings on your Target purchases. Yeah, you do. All right, markdowns.
Yeah, okay. So getting something like with the markdowns and stuff. So I know Whitney's talked before about like, stocking up on stuff if it goes on sale. So like, when I'm checking my sales for me it's Kroger, if there's really good sales, I'm going to go look for that kind of stuff and like stock up on it. Like, this weekend they had really good frozen vegetables on sale. So I like stocked up, on that kind of thing. But with the markdowns, you can, like at our store, they'll have like grocery carts like at the end of aisles, and it usually matches like whatever the end of aisle is. Like if it's bread stuff, it's at the end of the bread aisle, or if it's like international foods at the end of the international foods aisle. And they'll have stuff marked down. So a lot of times if people see marked down foods, they think like it's damaged, so I don't want to try to eat it, or it's getting ready to expire, so I shouldn't buy that because it's going to expire, like tomorrow. Well, with the Best Buy dates, generally those are like longer than they say. Like if your milk says it's going to expire like tomorrow, generally you have a couple more days. Or like if it's no milk, sometimes it can go bad kind of quickly. But like eggs last, I think it's like 2 weeks past their Best Buy date. Same thing with like bread or stuff like that. It'll usually go at least a few days past its Best Buy date. So when I was at the grocery store yesterday, they had carts full of all kinds of bread that was marked down. And it was like really good quality bread that was like super cheap. Like I got us a loaf of Hawaiian bread that was like 99 cents, which was pretty incredible to get a huge loaf of bread for $1. They had like organic bread for $1.50, all kinds of stuff like that. And the Best Buy date was like June 10th. So, and I bought it on, what was the 6th? My days are all confused. The 6th. So I have, at least 4 days. So knowing we were going to be out of town this weekend, I just popped it in the fridge because I know it'll stay better in the fridge because it's bread, and I don't want it to get, like warm and moist on my kitchen counter because then it will get moldy. And so I know we're going to have at least a week to get that bread eaten, and it's going to be fine. So that was a huge thing. So you can look for stuff like that. And our store always has that kind of stuff, all kinds of markdowns. And even if sometimes the food looks damaged, like if it's a canned item, if it's sent it in, it's still going to taste the same. So, you can just get it or things like that. But yeah, if they have the markdown section, go look for those because you can find some really good stuff. So that you can actually use, not like weird items that no one eats.
Yeah, good tip. Thanks. So those are our tips for how to save money without using coupons, although I still think it's a good idea to use coupons. But that's not your thing. It's okay. I'll still be friends with you. No problem. So if you have another tip on how to save money on groceries or your household items without using coupons, I'd love to hear about it. So please leave me a comment below. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll be back next Monday with another grocery haul. Bye.
Yeah.
It just...
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Because I'm a coupon clipper. I like coupons. Is that funny?
I got to start over.
I would do a little bit of a different video. Why is it so funny?
I don't know. I'm so